Hello everyone, my name is Jamie and welcome to your first Grasshopper tutorial. So, in order to work with Grasshopper, you have to open your Rhino program. The Grasshopper doesn't come by default. With Rhino, you actually have to download it and install it. So, if you just type in Grasshopper in your Rhino, you won't see anything because you have to install it separately. I don't know about the newer versions, but I have Rhino 5 and it doesn't come with it. So first things first, what I like to do when I'm working with Grasshopper is open or maximize my perspective view by double clicking. On your command line, just write Grasshopper, and then you see that it loads. So first thing you want to do when you see Grasshopper is open File, New Document. If you open it and it looks like this, then it's fine. If it doesn't, then you really have to open a new document. If you click on your right mouse button and drag, this is how you pan. With your scroll wheel, you can zoom in and out. These here are your panels, and these are your commands or definitions. Some people call them definitions, some people call them containers. These are your parameters, these are your mathematical operations, your curves, your vectors, your surfaces, your mesh, your everything. Now, if you click in geometry, like the black ribbon here, you can see like you have more than one, you have more commands, so there's like a million of them. And the more you work with Rhino, the more you know exactly what to click and how to use them. So if you click in here, you notice that nothing happens in Rhino or Grasshopper. What really happens is that it sticks to your pointer. And if you click again in your canvas and zoom in, you notice that these are why they call them containers, because, well, they look like containers. And you also notice that nothing happens in Rhino. So if you click on the other ones too, this is actually how you get these definitions. Just click once and click again in your canvas and get them in your, it goes to your canvas. And it doesn't show anything in Rhino, and we're going to know in the next tutorial how to make them, how to connect them from Rhino to Grasshopper. But this is just basically like how to get commands in Grasshopper to like show on your canvas. Other than that, you can see like you can zoom in how many percent you want, but I don't use this. I usually just with my scroll mouse, you zoom in and out. If you notice down here also, you can see we have something that looks like a compass. So if you lost your way and you have no idea where did you put your work, then you can see in the compass is like it shows you the direction of the work. So just drag all the way, zoom out, and drag and drag and drag. Okay, now I'm completely lost. Okay, so there it is. I'm not sure if you can zoom extent. I'm gonna try now. So let's see. Nope. Okay, double click. I honestly don't know how to zoom extent. I think this is zoom extent. Oh, okay. Great. So, okay, I want to get lost again and see if I can, whoa. Okay. See if I can lose my way. Hit zoom extent. Okay, so perfect. If you click in this here, like the box, and I just discovered this now, so yeah, cool. And you lost your way and you just don't want to drag, just click in this box and it shows you your document or where all your commands are. So as a beginner, I would suggest clicking on all of them, on all your definitions, and not be afraid of them, because your computer won't crash and it won't explode and nothing bad will happen. So I just want you to get rid of the fear of learning what seems to be a hard program at the beginning, but so my way would be just to click all these definitions and just check what they are and understand them. So another thing I wanted to do after you actually clicked on everything is to notice two things. Now, if you see that we have this container here or this definition, you notice that, okay, first you notice this happened, but never mind, forget that. Now look at here, you have a P and PL and T and A, and you don't know what it means, but if you hover over them, you notice that it says points. and hover again, it says planes, hover again, it says threshold, hover again, it says accuracy. So what it means is like, it says this one here is where you connect these containers to each other, or these definitions to each other. So if you just click and drag your the arrow, you just try them, you see that it connects to each other. So what this means is like points. So it needs a point to be connected to it. So you either get your points from your parameters or just double click and write point, and this is like the easiest way to get your commands if you know what they are and you don't know where they are. So if you just click on points and like connect them to each other, that's how you work with Grasshopper. So like all these letters, if you just hover over them, it says points, hover over them, it says box. So what you do is just double click, write box, and connect the boxes to where the letter B is. Now this isn't gonna work. This is just a demonstration how to work with Grasshopper. So what I want you to do is just basically click in every definition you see and just like play with it and just check what the letter means and try to figure out how to find these letters. So like if you see here plane, if you go in your parameters, like the more you work with the program, the more you get familiarized with the plane. Like you can see the hexagon with the shape of a curve in it, and this is the exact same hexagon that was drawn over when you hovered. So be aware of that. Other than that, if you want to disconnect any of these wires, just hit right click, and you see we have a lot of options to choose from. What you want to choose is disconnect, and just hit disconnect all, and this is how you disconnect. Now let's say you want this to be connected to more than one. So like here, if you notice that it like stops, it won't connect more than one, what you can do is hit shift, and this is how you connect to like more than one definition to another command. What else you want to know is what I want you to also know is if you right click, you also have a preview and a bake enabled and stuff like that. You should notice these. You can also rename these containers, like if you don't like the name LN2PL, I have no idea what this means. If you want it to be named, it changes into, okay. Now those completely unnecessary and pointless, but I just wanted to say that you can change the name if you wanted to. But usually we don't change the names. I mean, the guy worked so hard in the program and named it, so why would we do that? It's also easier to understand, like if you send the like your design to anyone and you have like, I don't know, cookies and baking and I don't know, he won't understand where did you get it from or how, what is this or what does it mean. So usually just keep it in its standard name, that would be good. But if you're more of a person who likes renaming stuff, then it's up to you. Other than that, if you want to delete any of the container, just hit on it and just hit delete, and it naturally goes away. Now, if you also notice, when we click like more than one, you can move them by choosing, just dragging one of the containers. Like if you drag outside the containers, it won't move. But if you click one of the containers, you can actually move them. Other than that, you notice that we have arrows here, and this means align. Like this is aligning side by side. This is aligning like from top to bottom. Hit like this gives you the exact distances between these containers, and you also want to click on the arrows to make it more tidied up. So if you like your work to be clean and neat, then this is a good way to do it. So I hope you learned a lot from this tutorial. I'll see you next tutorial. We're going to talk about how to assign geometry from Grasshopper to Rhino and vice versa. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next tutorial.